David Van Bogelen. Hey, Sean, did Waltman end up being the roller joint champion for kayfabe commentators? Now, that's a good question because you're challenging my memory. Now, here's what happened. I remember
I was in the mix.
you were in the mix. Sabu, I think Sabu might have. I think maybe Shiki did it first, and it was a horror show. Then Sabu was formidable. I think he was unseated by Rob. It's either he was unseated by Rob, then Waltman. No, Waltman was first. First Waltman, then Rob, then you, and I can't remember where everybody landed. That's a great question. That's a good trivia question.
Kids used to have, like, remember those old fucking rolling machines?
Yeah, for cigarettes, yeah.
Yeah, and like nobody could ever get them to work. Waltman could fucking kill those things. It looked just like a cigarette.
Right. Amazing.
The Mexican crew, like Conan and Ray and all those guys, when we first, like Kid would travel with a mason jar of bud, and they would call fucking Pac the king of pot, or the king of weed.
King of pot. Yeah, that's a good story.
Yeah, the old
they would have to tap out, right?
Yeah.
And the way they tapped out was they said King of Pot, and they handed the joint to Sean.
Yeah. That motherfucker, man, he could smoke.
Elidouan.
So,
well, while you were in Manchester, you got to hang with the boys. I guess it was a big convention. There was some UFC talent there.
Huge.
Some of the legends.
Yeah, I had cocktails Sunday night with Chuck Liddell, the Iceman. I saw Matt Hughes.
He's a party.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I tell you what, man. And I'm not saying this to be a dick or anything else, but they had deals for life. A couple like him and Randy and a couple other guys, and like people talk about like head trauma, and CTE, and being a punch drunk boxer. Because we don't have any real fucking case studies, because when it comes down to it, UFC is so early in its existence. And before that, like those guys, like the Abbotts and guys like that, how they were making a living, doing fucking state tough men contests.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just wondering, because in a boxing match, say you fucking take you take a fucking a right hook from somebody, and they might catch you with a left on the way down or something like that. But it's going to be like boom, the one that knocks you out, and then there's another one, and it's collateral, and you go down. What and these guys are getting CTE. What the fuck about? How about the guy that's unconscious and takes fucking 23 fucking hammer fists?
Horrific.
While he's unconscious.
Yeah.
You don't think that motherfucker 20 years from now is going to be fucking, scrambled eggs? Fucking hell, man.
And how's Chuck holding up?
I mean, you could just tell that he's a fighter, man. You know what? I looked at that fucking dude and I listened to his stories, and he would have fought for free.
Wow.
He would have fought for free.
So who else did you sit with? There had to be like a little legends table going on somewhere.
Fucking